Clarke? Have you seen Kristen?
Kristen? Why no, Dad Forrester? Not since this morning. Why?
I got a message from her that she wants to see me right away, but I've been tied up in meetings. Trish said that she sounded upset.
She's upset?
Yes. Do you have any idea what that would be about?
No. I'm as worried about this as you are.
Well, I'll be in my office when you see her. Would you tell her that?
Yes, yes, sure.
Sally, we have got to have something to follow up those 6 designs. Something for late fall delivery.
You think this is news? You want to tell me something I don't know?
So, what's going on? I mean, what am I going to tell them? Can I use his name? Look, what is with this Clarke Garrison? Is he or isn't he?
Is he or isn't he? That is the question. Well, he's got to be. How do I make it happen? He is so intimidated by the Forresters. He is so terrified because he knows they hate us so much. Well, that's what's got to change, see? They got to stop hating us and start respecting us. They got to respect Spectra, and they got to respect me. Oh, Bucky boy, you got that wife and you got those in-laws. Ooh, I was doing just fine with Kristen. But now I got to come up with another angle. Why not? Why not, Saul? Why not take on the Queen Bee herself? Huh?
Ridge, have you seen your sister?
No.
I can't seem to find her.
Something going on?
Well, yes, that's the impression I got. She was trying to reach me earlier. Can you think of any reason she might be upset?
Domestic problems, maybe?
I can't imagine that's what it was.
With Garrison, who would know?
Well, maybe we're just borrowing trouble. I mean, thinking that it has something to do with him.
I'll tell you what, I'll look in on him later and see what I can find out.
Would you? Thanks.
La señora is not here.
It's okay, honey. Déjame en paz.
You can't go in there. Wait.
Sí,
She isn't here. You can't go in there.
Mrs. Forrester.
Adding breaking and entering to our list of crimes, are we, Miss Spectra?
Stephanie, you are here. I'm so pleased.
The bold and the beautiful. This portion sponsored by Coast Soap. In 2 invigorating scents. Coast, feel alive with Coast.
Thank you, Maria. I'm going to ask you as pleasantly as possible to leave. You're not welcome in my home, Miss Spectra.
Is this how you treat every contributor to the Children's Hospital?
Oh, that old routine again, eh?
It's your favorite charity, isn't it? And I'm here to make a sizable donation, though I must admit, Stephanie, I don't care for this treatment.
You've come here to insinuate yourself into my home and into my confidence. That's what this is really all about, isn't it?
Well, if you mean, do I want us to be friends? Yes, I do. But if that can't be, then I still intend to give a large check to a very worthy cause, regardless.
Did you remember your checkbook this time?
Yes, I did. Though I must say, Stephanie, I think my original offer of $10,000 was a little bit off the mark.
Really?
You see, business is going very well for me right now. Spectra has never had a better season. You may have read about it in the press. They did a terrific story on it in Ion Fashion, by your own daughter-in-law, as a matter of fact.
I don't believe everything I read, even if it is written by a member of my own family.
Well, maybe you better have another look at that article and the photographic layout that Miss Spencer did on my fall collection.
We all know that beautiful pictures can be used to cover cheap and shoddy merchandise.
Yeah. But there's nothing cheap and shoddy about this check. This is a check for $20,000. And it's only the beginning. Here you are, Stephanie.
I see. $20,000.
And there's more available. If I become involved with the charity work. I thought maybe I could sit on the board, head up a few committees, throw a few parties. I'd love to throw a really big party to benefit the Children's Hospital. Maybe I could stage a fashion show, do some major fundraising, and I'd like to get my daughter involved, too.
The daughter?
Yeah. See, she never had a chance to make a proper debut. Thought this might be a good way to introduce her into society. But most of all, I would really welcome the opportunity of working with you and getting to know you a little better.
Do you mind if I call the bank?
Excuse me?
Your check. You see, the president of that bank happens to be a very good friend of mine. There's no sense in depositing a check unless there are sufficient funds to cover it. Do you mind?
Where the hell are you, Kristen? I've tried just about everywhere. Not everywhere.
Sally Spectra. Sally Spectra Originals.
Hello, Darla. It's Clarke. Let me talk to Sally.
She isn't here.
Do you know where she went?
No, she just said it was important.
My wife wasn't there, was she?
No. Why, was she coming here?
I don't know. I've been trying to locate her. I just had a wild thought. Sally didn't say where she's going.
No.
Could she be seeing my wife?
She could be seeing the president. She didn't say.
Oh, thank you, Darla. You've been as ineffective as ever. What could you be, Kristen?
Trish, is my father in his office?
Yes, he's been looking for you.
What about his meeting?
It's over now. You can go right in.
Thanks a lot.
Kristen. Wait. I need to talk to you in my office. Right away.
Clarke, my father's waiting for me.
This won't take long. Why were you going to see Eric?
Afraid I might tell him about your selling secrets to the enemy?
It's not like that at all. 5 minutes, Kristen. Give me 5 minutes and I will explain everything.
If there is one white lie in what you're about to tell me, may God help you in court.
Fair enough. But as much as you think you know, it's that much that you don't know. And it all begins with this.
A duffel.
It's what's inside the duffel bag.
My God. It's full of money.
$100,000.
Where did this come from?
It all started with a pregnancy that never should have happened. A baby, my son, that I never intended on having.
Mark, Margot's son. And what does this $100,000 have to do with her child?
I needed it for child support.
Child support? I paid her $100,000 to get you off the hook.
I know that. And it bothered the hell out of me for you to pay for a child that Margot manipulated out of me.
Touchy subject. The clock is ticking. And this story better get a hell of a lot better.
I couldn't stand for Margot to do that to you. So I wanted to pay you back your money. But how? How was I to get $100,000 at a moment's notice? Enter Sally Spectra.
That's how this all connects up? You sold 6 designs to Sally? Jeopardized Forrester's reputation for a measly $100,000?
I never intended to sell Sally those designs. I went to her strictly for a loan.
You did sell her designs.
Kristen, I had to. Listen to me. She was after Forrester originals. She wanted me to steal them for her. But I couldn't do that. Not in a million years. So, yes. I gave her my own designs. To protect Forrester. To protect the family.
You expect me to believe that?
It's God's honest truth.
So this is Sally Spectra's money?
No. It isn't. It's yours. I went through hell to get it. But it's finally back to its rightful owner. You see, Kristen, all of our problems, it's a chain reaction. Margot's baby, the money, my lying. It all comes from one night I spent with Margot before we were married. And it snowballed, and it snowballed, and I got caught up working for Sally. I couldn't stand the pressure. I was working all night. When I came home, I was so tired, I didn't know whether I was lying or telling the truth. God, I hated myself. How I loathed myself. But I did it all out of love for you. I was a lovesick fool. I was a fool because I didn't tell you the truth. And I didn't tell you the truth because I loved you and I didn't want to hurt you. I was wrong. I admit that. And I come to you once again. And I ask your forgiveness. And I promise you once and for all that I will never disappoint you again. I love you, darling. More than anything in this world. And if you believe anything in this world, you must believe that. Don't you ever knock?
What's going on in here?
Yes, Jim. 5 minutes? Oh, no. I appreciate, that you would even take the time to do this for me. Thank you.
I take it Banker Jim is going to call you back and let you know if my check's any good or not.
Is it?
Yes. I came here out of the goodness of my heart.
You came to do some social climbing. It has nothing to do with the goodness of your heart.
I'm making a sizable donation.
You're making the classic mistake that all nouveau riche people do. You've made some money in a very shady manner, and now you want to buy respectability. Miss Spectra, respectability isn't for sale.
My money will help a lot of people, a lot of children. If it helps my own child in the process, so much the better.
I was right. This is about your daughter.
Yes, it is. I thought that might be something you could relate to. You see, I read a lot about you. I know you're very close to your children. You take a lot of pride in them. They work with you, they live with you. I think it's wonderful.
So do I.
So why do you begrudge me the natural desire to make a wonderful life for my daughter? A life with all the doors open for her?
I imagine a lot of doors have been closed in your face many times over the years. I would also believe with good reason.
I won't deny it. I had a lot of doors slammed in my face in my lifetime. It's okay for me. I can handle it. I got used to it. I learned how to live with it. I just don't want my daughter to have to learn how to live with it. Can you understand that?
I can understand that you would want to protect your daughter. My advice then is don't push her into a world where she doesn't belong and where she'll never be accepted. That would be cruel. But she is your daughter, and if you do have money, money buys clout.
I'm not interested in clout.
I'm not interested in what you're after. Money is never going to buy acceptance from me or from my family. Now, some other people in the business community might come to accept you as a generous clothing manufacturer.
Which is what I am.
Would you like me to be very frank with you?
Yeah. I can take anything you have to say to me.
What you are is a shyster. You have made your living as an acknowledged thief. You have stolen my husband's creativity and my husband's talent. You have taken his designs, and manufactured them and sold them under your label.
Mrs. Forrester, I've already admitted that my business practices in the past may have been a little substandard, but that's all changing now. I'm starting all over again. From now on, Spectra Fashion is dealing only in originals, and we're succeeding at it. We're a great success.
It's a little early to make a statement like that. Who did you copy this time? Someone so obscure they just haven't caught you yet?
Those designs were mine. Every one of them was an original.
Really?
Yeah. It's like I told you. We're dealing only in original designs from now on. You know, wouldn't it be wonderful if we could just forget the past? Be like the early Christians. Forgive and forget, live and let live, give the other guy a chance. You ever made a mistake, Stephanie?
Socially, never.
Well, if you had, maybe you'd be lucky enough to have somebody there willing to turn the other cheek, right?
Possibly.
That's all I ask. A chance to live and let live. Forgive and forget. Okay? Try and be friends. I'd do anything to make that happen. I would give anything.
Even tell the truth?
I always tell the truth.
Your versions of it, perhaps.
When have I ever lied to you?
When you told me that those designs were originals. Excuse me. Hello? Yes, this is Mrs. Forrester. Yes, Jim. Thanks. I think we're seeing you and Diana for dinner next Wednesday. Bye.
Those designs were originals. They were not copies. They were as real as this check. It did clear, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
And there will be more. Wait and see.
You can just mail any checks that you want to from now on directly to the hospital. I'm sure your secretary can get the address for you.
Nah. I prefer to deliver them myself, personally. Oh, yeah. Thanks for the use of the hall. Goodbye, Stephanie.
Ridge, would you leave, please? I'd like a little time alone with my wife.
Everything all right, Kristen?
Of course everything's all right. I know how to take care of my wife.
Sometimes I doubt that, Garrison.
Don't push me, Ridge.
Sis, you didn't answer me.
I'd rather you not get involved, Ridge.
Which implies there's something to get involved with. What is it?
It's nothing, really.
You two are arguing about something. If he's hurt you in any way...
Ridge, he hasn't hurt me. In fact, I couldn't have a more wonderful and loving husband. Satisfied, big brother?
We'll talk later.
Darling, I'm so happy that you understand. God, for a minute there, I thought you were going to tell Ridge everything. But I know my beautiful wife better than that. Stand by your man. Through thick and thin. God, you know, this is what I love about you. You always stand by your man.
Jewelry provided by Stephen Dweck. Join us again for the bold and the beautiful.